Houston Oilers, Bud Adams. The uniforms were great.
Should have stayed the Oilers, by the way. Titans
should have stayed the Oilers. Yeah, but they had to rebrand. Tennessee Titans ain't a bad name. It's not the worst name.
But Oilers works, though, too. That's the thing.
I agree.
It's the South.
I just love the helmets. I miss the helmets. The oil decker on the top of the helmet. I don't know why the Texans just stay.
Clean.
Yeah, it's just so clean. But he's drafted number 3 overall by the Houston Oilers in 95. He was 13 years old, Spadoni. 12 years old. Turned 13 in September of that year. And the magnitude, you think about it now. A guy out of an HBCU getting drafted number 3 overall by playing quarterback. The documents and the dialogue around that in today's day and age, well, he didn't play anybody. He's playing at an HBCU. What the hell is going on here? This guy was the number 3 overall pick out of an HBCU, Alcorn State. And at the time, it was pre-internet. So, I just remember when I was watching college football, and it was showing his highlights. It'd be all grainy. John Saunders would be in the studio, and it was he's a Heisman Trophy candidate. And it was this video game. It was is that guy even real? And his numbers at Alcorn State was through the roof.
He was ahead of his time. As a quarterback goes, you think you could hit, Patrick Mahomes is now the prototype, right? That's what you want as a quarterback. But Steve McNair's a guy you could plug in right now, and he could be a difference maker on any team in the NFL.
Dual threat.
Close, dual threat. Yep. He's got the cannon. He's got the legs. Just
tough as nails.
Tough. That's the other thing too. Underrated toughness of him. And I was watching. I don't know if you watched the Amazon Prime broadcast last night. They were doing Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
It was Colts Bengals. I think the sound's on your board there, and I just had to roll my eyes because I heard a take, and I had to do a double check, and I saw Awful announce that they posted it, so I got the sound. But Kirk Herbstreit said something
I saw
yesterday, and I couldn't believe it in regards to Anthony Richardson.
Hold on. I'll play it because I listened, but I'm not going to lie. I kind of agree with Herbie.
Wow.
Do our roasters agree with Herbie?
Let me ask you something here. If you're Shane Steichen, best case scenario, Anthony Richardson, he lives up to what we all hope he can do. Running, throwing, he's healthy. This team has a great year, and he's a superstar, right? What if he struggles? What if he has a good drive or a good game and then a bad game, a good game and a bad game? He's a pick. Everybody's kind of expecting him to be the guy. You got a guy like Joe Flacco with the roster they have. I just wonder how you handle that if it goes down that path if you're Shane Steichen, because you know what you're going to get in Joe Flacco.
It's already starting, and Anthony Richardson threw an egregious pick 6. They're going to have a long leash with him, but I do worry about Anthony Richardson. The injuries, is he really ready for this? He's exciting, but Flacco is waiting in the wings, and in the back of a lot of Colts' minds, you know how the fans are going to do. The Colts start off, say, 2-4, and Anthony Richardson is struggling. And those fans know what Flacco did in Cleveland last year. Oh, that noise. Herbie, look, it's a little premature.
How did it end in Cleveland, though? He looked horrible against the Texans.
He did, but he got him there, right?
Yes, he did. It was great. It was a fun story.
It was a fun story.
He's 39 years old, Monte.
I agree.
Anthony Richardson is 17 years younger than him. And when he got drafted into the league, what did everyone say he was? It's a project.
He's a project.
Everyone said, the Colts knew he was a project. So you're redshirting him basically because he got injured early last year. And who's in your division right now? C.J. Stroud with the Houston Texans. Trevor Lawrence just got locked up. And we'll see Will Levis, who showed some flashes last year. You need to have your young guy. I can't.
I agree.
I need him to play all season long through the struggles.
I 100% agree with that. If I was running the Colts, I would do that.
I think Shane Steichen's smart enough to do that, though, right?
But you know how it works. It's his second year. And they feel like they have a lot of talent on that team. A lot of talent. The noise will get louder if he struggles. It will. You know how the NFL works.
Didn't we learn from Trey Lance? You got to play these guys, man.
Yeah, no, listen. And this text right here on 530, Xfinity Mobile text line is spot on. Spot on. The era of the long leash is over. You imagine, so he brings up Troy Aikman, who went 1-15 his rookie season, and he got beat up. Peyton Manning, his rookie season, led the league in interceptions. I agree. I'm with you. Anthony Richardson needs to play. And if I'm the Colts, he needs to play. But the noise, you can't stop the noise. And there's going to be one fan, there's going to be one radio host, there's going to be one writer, and it's just going to snowball if he struggles. So he has to play well. And Flacco, and I don't think Flacco doesn't strike me as a dude that if they are struggling, hey, Shane, man, just let me throw a couple passes to Michael Pittman. Let me hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. Let me make this do what it do. Like that noise, Herbie's on it. He's saying that, look, it's an uncomfortable conversation. But we know how this works. We know how this works,
I mean,
Fedoni.
there's also levels to it. And I don't want to go to this length, but I saw it already on the timeline. He's 22. Yeah. He's young. He's black. And now we got the 39-year-old white guy who hasn't done and he's the great white hope from Cleveland last year. And that's like that's what I saw on my timeline too. Yeah. And that's what it is. That's nasty and stuff like that. And that's just like, I was watching last night. I was like, really? After a preseason pick six?
Right.
Which means absolutely nothing.
It means nothing.
Like, come on. Like I've seen Brock Purdy should have thrown an egregious pick last week. I think Brock Purdy's going to be amazing this season. Right. Like it means nothing. It was thrown to a bunch of scrubs.
Well, listen, like, even Brock Purdy struggled in the playoff game, but people thought about going to Sam Darnold, which is ludicrous, and it's insane. Oh my God. It's insane, but that's what we do. And by the way, Anthony Richardson,
for Darnold week 2.
Dude, Anthony Richardson, I wasn't that impressed with him at Florida, so I was a little surprised he was picked so highly.
I wanted the Raiders to get him so bad.
You know, I think he could be really good, but I think you need a big-time run game. You ask him to pass the ball 30 times a game, I think you're asking for trouble at this point of his career. You got to ride Jonathan Taylor. Yes. You have to ride him in that run game, play action pass, and do what you do. I love
Shane Steichen, not to cut you off there, Bonte. He's perfect for that, too. He was showing it early on in the season. He was trying to, highlight his strengths and limit his weaknesses, was what we're seeing with Sean Payton right now with Bo Nix, right? Into the preseason. Right. They're trying to get him out on the run, trying to get these pre-designed plays where he's on the run, he's throwing on the boot, stuff like that, boot action. So listen,
I'm with you. I would play him.
Yeah.
I would play him. However,
but you're not going to be shocked, is what you're saying.
I'm not going to be shocked if the noise, and I don't think it has nothing to do with race. I don't think it's black, white.
No.
People are going to make the layers.
Exactly.
But it could be flip-flopped, right?
Yes.
If Anthony Richardson had Joe Flacco's resume, Joe Flacco was a young white hotshot.
Exactly.
And he was struggling, people will be calling for Anthony Richardson. This has nothing to do with color. Yeah. This just has to do with, like, the elephant in the room is you have a Super Bowl quarterback who's on the bench. And he had won, did he win Most Improved Player? Did he win a comeback player of the year?
He did win a comeback player of the year.
So now all of a sudden you got that.
Over DeMar Hamlin. A lot of people
over
were
DeMar
upset
Hamlin.
about that.
Yeah, which was, it is what it is. But, we'll see about Anthony Richardson. We'll see about that. You mentioned, by the way, shout out to our friends at Flowing Water Plumbing and Drain. If you're going to call it to the roast, you better bring it, because if you don't, you will be flushed. Brought to you by Flowing Water Plumbing and Drain. And don't forget, we're qualifying 2 more people as we get to flushing sound. We have 2 more people who are going to qualify today to have breakfast with the roast Friday, September the 6th, to kick off football season with us. Listen, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, we have 10 spots we're giving away. Each spot comes with a +1 that you can bring. And when you hear this sounder, be the 10th caller and you win a spot for breakfast with the roast. Breakfast will be provided by Jack's Restaurant. We cannot wait for that. We got shameless shout-outs coming up at 7:45. Dave Fleming, 8:30. Wow. Your boy Q at 9:20. Brought to you by the River Islands Guest Line. Look, we had Kiddo on yesterday. We had a lot of fun. We got a lot of great questions as the Niners are back at the scene of the crime. When I say crime, the robbery that happened in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. The Niners are back for their preseason finale against the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's fun. I love that we're back to Raiders Niners preseason. Like that's just it feels like we're finally getting past that. And I know all the horrible stuff that took place at the Collie, at Candlestick, at Levi's, all that sort of stuff. But it is fun for Niners fans and Raiders fans to get together at the end of the day. Preseason's fun. It's chill. It's like whenever I go to like a preseason Lakers-Warriors game. It's fun. Yep. There's no let's just enjoy ourselves and watch some football. And we actually got some starters tonight, which is going to be very interesting. Mm-hmm. First half of starters potentially for the 49ers, Monte. I want to get your thoughts on that. Because there's people yesterday very upset about this idea. I was like, what? Like, they used to be the norm, right?
Well, you may have to play without Trent Williams, and you may have to play without Brandon Ayuk.
And I need to see what that looks like.
And we're going to get a glimpse of what it looks like, and I'm not sure if it's going to look pretty.
Well, it should, because the Raiders aren't playing anyone. So.
No, well, that's never mind. Never mind. They're not playing their starters at all?
No, Antonio Pierce announced yesterday no starters for the Raiders are going to be playing.
Oh, man.
I know. You might get Aiden O'Connell, the backup, though.
Well, hopefully the Niners can protect the passer anyway, but, they're at the scene of the crime. And Mr. Look, Matt Nahigan sent us a text yesterday. He said, there's something with the first time back there in Vegas where they lost the Super Bowl. Now, George Kittle told us yesterday that, it doesn't mean anything. It's a new season. We're over that. There would be no Super Bowl signage. I don't think you'll be able to smell the champagne because I'm sure the Raiders personnel got that smell out of there. That stench.
Sure, I mean, but it's Vegas, so there's champagne in those suites and those club level ones all the time anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's true. But the Super Bowl Moet.
The Moet.
The Super Bowl Moet is nowhere to be found, right?
No.
But is that a place that gives people nightmares now? Whenever you think about Las Vegas, or you got to think about that Super Bowl. See, I don't think about the Superdome that way. The Niners lost to the Ravens there, but they played the Saints there a couple times. They had that classic 48-46 game back in 2019
the power
at the Superdome.
going out, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think you power through it. But Matt was like, for me, it's Cordell Stewart. Every time I see him on Twitter, it triggers me when he threw the Hail Mary at Michigan. But, I think a better question today is, and it's a long-term view here at the 49ers, and this is where our roasters come through in a clutch. I mean, it is fascinating, the fan interaction we have on the show. Our man Zucci Mate, who's coming in with rejoins. He might as well be the third producer of the show now.
I love Zucci.
I get a text from him, DM on Instagram at 5:33 in the morning. Hey, he's always, morning, brother B. I have a question that might be segment worthy. Hell, it may be show worthy. Which players or person on the current 49ers roster would benefit from a Super Bowl win the most? And I'm thinking to myself, damn. Who would benefit from a Super Bowl win the most?
I know my answer, and I'm going to give it to you on the other side, but it's not even close, in my opinion, and who would do the most
Possibly.
for.
Oh, no. Really? Oh,
I'm
is
not
that a tease?
Give it away. I'm not going to give it away. Shout out the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
Give it away now. I do know that song.
There you go.
I didn't know it was Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I give it away. Give it away. By the way,
it's very catchy.
By the way, Jelly Roll, when George Kittle brought that up and I talked about my Jelly Rolls, the Tennessee Titans did something with Jelly Roll yesterday.
He's very popular right now. He's doing all the media circuits.
The Titans. I was like, when somebody's trolling me.
His story's actually pretty powerful. Yeah, him and coming back from addiction, being in jail and prison, all this sort of stuff. Very inspirational. You got to look into it, Bonte.
888-957-9570.
I can go for a jelly donut right now. I'll tell you that.
I can't have a jelly donut because I need to get rid of Jelly Rolls. Basketball season's right around the corner. All right. Who would benefit from a Super Bowl win the most? With the 49ers?
I like that.
Would it be Jed York? The